Good morning po, Vice Chair. Good morning, everyone.
Dito na po may isang
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maxine.
Good morning po, sir.
good morning po, Vice Chair.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is now 10 a.m. I think we now have a forum, Back Secretariat. Backsec.
Yes po, Vice Chair, we have a quorum na po.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, again, good morning. There being now a quorum in the composition of this Bills and Awards Committee, and it's already 10 a.m. We now welcome you to this private conference for the provision of repair and maintenance of uninterrupted power supply and transition air conditioning units. Project ID number 34-2023-UPS PACU. Before we start this private conference, may I request the Back Secretariat for the prayer and for the preliminaries. Back Secretariat, please.
Good morning, everyone. Let us put ourselves in the presence of our Almighty God, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Almighty God, we come to you today imploring your guidance, wisdom, and support as we gather to undertake this procurement activity. May we grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. We pray that through your divine providence, we would learn to value each other's efforts and contributions towards achieving a common goal of a successful acquisition of goods and services for the COMELEC. Grant that as we interact with one another, we recognize the fact that all our activities should be accomplished for your greater glory. Finally, we fervently pray for your protection from harm and illness at all times. All this we ask in your powerful name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. For our attendance po, present are the following: Vice Chairperson, Director Rady Doma; back members, Director Fernando Cibicino, Director Maria Teresa Saluta, and Mr. Raul S. Bautista. From the technical working groups, TWG for regular supplies, equipment, recurring contracts, and other goods and services. TWG members, Attorney Mark Nicol Malinaw, Mr. Mark Anthony Ambrosio, and Mr. Wilson Caspero. TWG for vehicle-related goods and services, Head Engineer Rodil Mundo, Member Attorney Laika Santos, Mr. Jesse Marquez, and Ms. Jonalyn Cad. TWG for election-related forms and supplies, Assistant Head Ms. Maria Corazon Danao, Members Ms. Karen Christine Pacleb, Mr. Michael Capili, TWG for ICT-related projects, Assistant Head Mr. Joseph Montero, Members Attorney Ann Lucille Grace Laura, Ms. Annalyn P. Ramirez. TWG for OFOB-related projects, Members Attorney Rhea Cristina Romero, Ms. Anna Marie Kilala, and Ms. Filipinas Rivera. TWG for procurement for alternative methods, Head Mr. Lou Alexander Tengkang, Member Mr. Melchor Ogaba. From the back secretariat, Assistant Heads Mr. Patrick S. Cruz and Michelle Rose Vicente. Members Mr. Sinan Madu, Mr. Lloyd Cholo Balanon, Mr. John Anthony Calio, Ms. Emma Bel Velasco, Ms. Rica Flores, and Ms. Freya Agustin. From the Procurement Management Department, Ms. Cristina Peñaflor, Ms. Jennifer Jane Arcon, Mr. Richie Coleta, Mr. Francis Noel Mendoza, and Ms. Jalila Makadato. A representative from the Education and Information Department, Mr. Jel Gerardino. From the Internal Audit Department, Ms. Adelaida Clemente. And observer po from the Office of Commissioner Maceda, Ms. Guadalupe Maceda. A representative of the bidder we have one bidder po, Vice Chair, from EGM Systems Global Technologies Incorporated, Ms. Laika Lainesa. Good morning po, Ms. Laika. Kindly acknowledge po and turn on your camera.
Hi. Hello, ma'am. Good morning po. I'm Laika Lainesa from EGM Systems po.
Good morning po. Vice Chair, that's all po for the attendance. We will update na lang po later. We will now proceed po for the online conference rules. The online conference rules. This online private conference is open to all interested parties. Questions, comments, and suggestions may be raised once the chairperson and back secretariat are done with their presentations. Use the raise hand tool for questions or clarifications, or send them via the chat box. Questions must be brief, concise, specific, and relevant to the meeting at hand. All questions must be addressed to the back chairperson. Observe order during the proceedings. Any act or utterances which would interrupt or disturb the proceedings shall not be tolerated. All participants should accomplish the online attendance link. Please mute your microphone unless required to speak to avoid unnecessary noise, and enable your webcam if required to speak, and state your name and the company you are representing. We will now be sharing the project brief po, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Back Secretariat. Thank you, Ms. Sheila Vicente. Again, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is the private conference for the provision of repair and maintenance of uninterrupted power supply and precision air conditioning units. This is the ID number 34-2023-UPS PACU. The funding source for this project is the GAA of fiscal year 2023. Authority to procure is to the approved second amendment in the APP for fiscal year 2023. And user unit is the Information Technology Department. Procures one lot, prepared in one repair and 1 year preventive maintenance of the following. First, 1 unit uninterruptible power supply, UPS vertim, APM 120 kVA, and plus 1 module, and 2 units of precision air conditioning unit, PACU, LIBER, PX plus DX, P1102, 0U, A1D, CHS12S1, B070, CE0B0, with an ABC of 3,500,000 pesos. The Back Secretariat received the purchase request number 23-08-1700 on August 25, 2023. The pre-procurement conference was conducted last August 29, 2023. The invitation to bid was posted at the PhilJEP's website, Comelec website, on PhilJEP's website, Comelec LED TV, as well as at the Bank Information Bulletin Boards, all on 30th August 2023. Opening of bids is scheduled on 25th September 2023 online via Microsoft Teams. Notices of the scheduled pre-bid and bid opening conferences were sent to the following, namely to the End User Unit, ITD, Information Technology Department, to its Director 4, Director Genevieve Lorita, as well as to the following, to the Procurement Management Department, to its Director 4, to the City Maymon Asisa GL Tawagon, to the Internal Audit Department, to its Director 4, Director Maria Leia Art Alarcon, to the Education and Information Department, to its Director 4, Director John Rex Laugianco, as well as to the Official Observer, Honorable Juby E. Onya, Supervising Auditor of the Office of the Resident Auditor, Commission and Audit, and to the other observers, namely Ms. Evelyn Singson, National Chairperson, Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting, or PPSRV, Attorney Ron Ann Carlitos, Executive Director of the Legal Network for Truthful Elections, or LENTE, Mr. Ruben J. Pascual, Secretary General of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or PCCI, and Mr. Eric Jude Alvia, Secretary General of the National Citizens Movement for Free Elections, or NAMFREL. Also on 30th August 2023, as of this time, no company or leaders purchased leading documents, although we have one prospective bidder, EGM, to Ms. Laika. At this point, Back Secretary kindly post the technical specifications so that the prospective bidder or other participants in this private conference can can check the specifications so that if they have concerns, they can readily ask the questions to the end user representative. By the way, who is the representative of the end user? Backsec, sinong end user representative?
Vice Chair, tumawag po kami sa kanina sa ITD, si Mr. Merbert daw po, pero as of now po wala pa po siya dito sa conference. I-follow up lang po namin.
Okay, anyway, andito naman si Sir Boyet. Sir Boyet? Okay, thank you. So, thank you, Sir Boyet. So, Baxter, kindly read the specification. So, baka may question si ATGM.
Yes po, sir. I'm sharing po our minimum technical requirements, the scope of works for 1 unit uninterruptible power supply, repair, and preventive maintenance service to be conducted during the initial visit and during the 4 quarterly visits. Model po, APM 30-120 kVA modular UPS rack with serial numbers 2101, 2007, 2622, 0407, 0002. Number 1.1, visually inspect all internal sub-assemblies and major components. This includes exhaust fans, input or output filter assembly, rectifier or inverter assembly, and etc. 1.2, thorough check-up on the accuracy and integrity of electrical connections. 1.3, check-up of cables and miscellaneous materials such as nuts, bolts, screw, and connectors for connection tightness, and inspect for broken, damaged, or burned components using thermal scanner. Next po, 1.4, check status of all alarm stored in the UPS memory and in Environment Monitoring System or EMS. 1.5, complete replacement of 150 blocks of VRLA 12V 9AH batteries. 1.6, measure and record voltage and current. 1.7, calibrate equipment to manufacturer's specifications if required. 1.8, check the normal operation of the system. 1.9, comprehensive checkup of batteries, measure and record individual float and ripple voltages. 1.10, perform any required engineering field changes if necessary. 1.11, monitor and observe unit operation. Check all components if all are functioning. 1.12, ensure that the UPS is at its optimum performance. Number 2 po, for the Precision Air Conditioning Unit or PACU, preventive maintenance service to be conducted during the initial visit and during the 4 quarterly visits. Model PAX plus DX, number P11020UA1, DCHS12S, 1D070CE0B0. The 2 serial numbers, first 21F0127 452 2205010001. The second serial number is 21F012 745 22205010002. 2.1, review of protective alarms. 2.2, record temperature and humidity. 2.3, record suction and discharge pressure of each compressor. 2.4, observe the equipment's operation for signs of abnormality. 2.5, vacuum clean the air filters. 2.6, check and replace filters every 6 months or as needed. 2.7, check and vacuum clean all drain lines when necessary. 2.8, check or replace busted fuse when necessary. 2.9, inspect and adjust fan belt tension when necessary. 2.10, check for possible worn out of defective electrical components. 2.11, check for possible worn out of effective mechanical components. 2.12, calibrate sensors, control boards, and other computerized components. 2.13, 2.13, perform any major corrective repairs when necessary. 2.14, monitor and observe unit operation. Check all components if all are functioning. 2.15, ensure that the PACU is at its optimum performance. Number 3, prepare service report for the activities performed. For other technical requirements, all technicians and or representatives of the service provider shall comply with the existing protocols implemented inside the Palacio del Gobernador building. During each scheduled visit, authorized representative of the General Service Division, Administrative Services Department of the COMELEC shall be available to assist in the activity and ensure that all procedures are performed based on the contract of this procurement. Number 3, any required technical and on-site assistance relating to battery concern shall be supported by the winning bidder. All parts and materials subject to replacement will be supplied by the service provider with no additional charge to the end user. Number 5, the winning bidder shall provide a comprehensive individual battery resistance testing report after the fourth quarter preventive maintenance of the UPS to ensure the battery's integrity during its 1-year lifespan operation. Number 6, on-site support assistance 24/7 including Saturdays, Sundays, and public holidays. 7, maximum on-call or email response time of 2 hours. 8, maximum on-site response time of 4 hours upon receipt of call. 9, regular submission of comprehensive report, equipment status and recommendation, if any, after every preventive maintenance visit. 10, other service reports such as service call or trouble call, on-site support shall also be provided after every visit. 11, the bidder shall render unlimited number of corrective maintenance service calls on a 24/7 basis and have an on-site engineer available to provide an on-call or on-site assistance if necessary. 12, the bidder shall thoroughly check and clean all equipment and restore all affected area as pertinent to the services rendered. For the maintenance, number 1, the service provider shall provide the Commission on Elections a 1-year quarterly preventive maintenance both for the UPS and the PACU. Second, the service provider shall provide the COMELEC a 2-year warranty on UPS batteries. Third, the service provider shall conduct the 4 quarterly visits during the period of 1 year to conduct preventive maintenance service based on the provided scope of works in this TOR. Such services shall include but not limited to standard cleaning, adjusting, inspection, calibration, testing procedures, and related repairs to ensure that the equipment stays in good working conditions, as well as reduce the possibility of equipment failure. It will be performed in accordance with the schedule submitted and approved by COMELEC. Court, all damages in parts and materials occurred within the 1-year preventive maintenance will be replaced or supplied by the service provider with no additional cost to the end user. For the service level agreement, the service provider shall provide or perform the following within the preventive maintenance period as part of the service level agreement.
Excuse me.
Yes
Ma'am
po, Vice
Sheila,
Chair.
before service level agreement, tanungin muna natin, sino yung EGM ba yun? Expected leader?
Yes po, sir. EGM po.
EGM, Ma'am Laika ba yun? May question po ba kayo dito sa technical specifications ng project?
Hi, hello sir. Good morning po.
Morning po.
As of now, sir, wala naman po kaming queries pa. Though ongoing review po yung technical po namin, sir.
So wala pa kayong concern.
Po, sir. Yes po.
Sige
Wala pa
po,
naman.
thank you po. Sige Ma'am Sheila, paki-continue na lang yung service level agreement. Thank you.
Yes po. Okay po, Vice Chair. Again, for the service level agreement, the service provider shall provide or perform the following within the preventive maintenance period as part of the service level agreement. Number 1, submit proposed schedule for 1-year preventive maintenance. Number 2, conduct the PMS checkup and related repairs according to schedules to ensure the reliable operation of the unit. Third, submit the names of technicians or personnel and provide advance notice of schedule of on-site service troubleshooting and PMS for the preparation of access pass. Fourth, provide qualified technicians, supervision, tools, and equipment necessary to conduct on-site service troubleshooting and PMS. Fifth, representative and or technical engineers who shall conduct on-site service troubleshooting and PMS must comply with the existing rules, procedures, policies, protocols being implemented by the Palacio del Gobernador Building Administration and COMELEC. 6. Minor repair and adjustments as may be required during the visit shall be undertaken at no extra cost to the COMELEC. 7. Consumables for UPS such as batteries, fan, blower, and capacitors that needs replacement will also be supplied by the service provider at no extra cost to the end user. 8. Consumables for PACU such as fan motors, blowers, filters, and industrial gases except compressor, refrigerants that needs replacement will also be supplied by the service provider at no extra cost to the end user. 9. Service report shall be submitted every after activity. It shall be accomplished at the site and copies shall be submitted to COMELEC representative with the latter's written acknowledgement on it. 10. Submit contact information. Vice Chair, for a while lang po, nagkakaroon lang po ng internet problem po. Mag-reshare lang po ako, sir.
Okay. Sir Melbert. Good morning. Can you say representative?
Good morning,
Good morning.
Chair po. Good morning po.
Bagong procurement project ba ito? Itong UPS, hindi na siguro, repair and maintenance, no? So, hindi ito
Preventive
bago.
maintenance na lang po.
Repair and maintenance. Anyway, ano yung precision air conditioning unit? Ano ibig sabihin nun?
Dati po kasi ang ginagamit natin is yung conventional na ACU, yung 10-tonner. So, ito po kasing precision air conditioning unit, bukod sa meron na siyang mini-maintain niya yung temperature, it also maintains the humidity inside the server room. So, dalawa po yung capability niya na mini-maintain. At ito pong mini-maintain niya na humidity and temperature, very essential po sa loob ng server kasi po mas napoprotektahan po yung mga server o yung mga equipment natin sa loob ng server room po. Lalo na yung mga servers po natin. Unang-una para hindi siya magkaroon ng yung humidity, yung nagkakaroon ng pawis-pawis po sa loob. So yun po yung isa sa mga nakakasira ng server. So that's why po noong 2021 nag-procure po tayo ng mga equipment na ganito. To prolong the life po ng mga servers po natin.
So yung precision air conditioning natin were procured in 2 units, were procured in 2021? Tama ba?
Yung hindi naman po
Kailan na-procure?
hindi magkasabay ito. Parang, tama po ba Sir Boyet? 2020 or 2019 yung isa, then 2021 yung isa.
Nauna yata ng 2 years yung isa. Parang ganun.
So hindi siya yung conventional aircon pala. Specifically for the server pala ito.
Sa data center yan. Data center. So 120 kVA. Siya big UPS.
Yun ang talaga requirement ng server natin, Sir Boyet.
Yes,
Ganun
sir.
talaga.
Ano yan? 24/7 yung operation yan, sir. Walang ano yan, walang patayan.
So, kaya pa
Eh,
naman.
Kaya pa naman yan. Pero kailangan, sir, ano yan
Wala
meron
nang ma-maintain.
continuous maintenance siya.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Bayat, and Sir Medford for the information. Back Secretariat,
Thank you din
have
po.
we finished? Thank you. Have we finished Back Secretariat with the other requirements in the technical specification?
I'm sorry po, sir. Ano po ulit yan,
Tapos na
sir?
ba? Tapos na kayo?
Hindi pa po, sir. Actually,
Saan ba
maraming
tayo?
pages. Number 9 na po ata, sir. Number 9.
Sige, please. Please
Okay
proceed.
pa. Okay pa. Going back po sa ating service level agreement number 9, service report shall be submitted after activity. It shall be accomplished at the site and copy shall be submitted to COMELEC representative with the latter's written acknowledgement on it. Number 10, submit contact information and names of technical personnel as part of the technical support in case of emergency. 11, provide a 4-hour response time via phone to support COMELEC in diagnosing and troubleshooting the UPS or PACU. Number 12, should the service provider unable to resolve the problem by telephone support, it shall immediately deploy skilled and specialized technical engineers to conduct an on-site service troubleshooting and resolution. The technical personnel should reach the site within 24 hours. Number 13, submit a detailed service report regarding the status of the performance of any preventive maintenance services over the equipment. The service report shall contain the following: operating parameters like volts, amperes, frequency, charging voltage, battery voltage, power supply voltage, current draw, whichever is applicable. Number 14, activities performed such as but not limited to inspection of all components, adjustment of settings, replacement of parts, calibration of sensors, review and test of protective alarms, tightening of terminal connections, and vacuum cleaning. Next, provide other useful information to assist COMELEC in the analysis of power and equipment abnormalities. Next, emergencies. Emergency calls are not billable on cases when cited problems are maintenance related and attributable to the conduct of the agreed maintenance work. Next, in the event that any equipment covered under this SLA becomes non-functional or inoperable due to a defective part, the service provider shall be responsible for providing a replacement unit or part promptly. The replacement equipment shall be of similar or superior functionality to ensure the continuity of service for the duration of the repair or until the original equipment is restored to full functionality. The service provider shall make reasonable efforts to deliver the replacement equipment within 24 to 48 hours of the report of the defective part. Next, payment of the service to the service provider shall be made upon completion of the scheduled on-site visits and upon acceptance of COMELEC subject to the submission of billing statement, duly accomplished service report forms, and other documentary requirements. For additional technical requirements, which shall form part of the bidder's bid under technical component envelope, the first folder, number 1, duly conformed terms of reference attached as Annex TOR, which contains all the terms and conditions of the project and made an integral part of the bidding documents. Second, brochure, original or internet download, technical data sheet and their equivalent document of the proposed solution. If not in English, please refer to clause 10.3 of the instruction to bidders. Third, proof or proofs that the bidder is a diamond partner, tier 1 of the existing brand by the manufacturer. Fourth, bidder's certification that they have one employed safety officer. The assigned officer should have completed the training course from any accredited safety training center by the Department of Labor and Employment and must be employed to the bidder for at least 2 years. Note, certificate of employment and copy of certification shall be submitted along with the bid. Fifth, bidder certification as proof that they have employed assigned power and air specialist certified by the manufacturer. Note, certificate of employment and manufacturer training certificate shall be submitted. Number 6, bidder certification as proof that they have at least one employed certified mechanical engineer for at least 1 year to ensure the safety of comprehensive maintenance services for the PACU. Note, certificate of employment and valid PRC license shall be submitted. 7, bidder certification as proof that they have one employed certified electrical engineer for at least 1 year to ensure the safety of comprehensive maintenance services for the UPS. Note, certificate of employment and valid PRC license shall be submitted. Number 8, bidder certification as proof that they have at least one certified data center professional and must be employed to the bidder for at least 5 years. This is to ensure high availability and improve key aspects such as power and cooling and other technology trends in a data center environment based on current and future needs. Note, certificate of employment and copy of certificate shall be submitted along with the bid. Vice Chair, that's all po for the service level agreement.
Thank you, Miss Ma'am Sheila. So, EGM, may questions na po ba kayo? EGM. AGM. Wala pa rin here na, no? So wala sigurong questions ang EGM sa ngayon. Anyway po, no? We would proceed with the second part of this private conference, although at any point of the second part po, yung EGM, pwede po kayo magtanong kung may questions po kayo. EGM? Nandito na ba siya?
Yes po, Vice Chair, nandito pa.
Dito pa. So at any point of the second part po, pwede po kayo magtanong kung may maisip na po kayong katanungan. So ACSEC kindly proceed to the second part of this private conference. Yun yung documentation tsaka procedure of the bid submission. Thank you.
Again, good morning, everyone. We're discussing the second part of our private conference, which is the discussion of the technical and financial documents to be submitted by the customers. First, we pursuant to RA 9184, we are using two envelope system: your technical component envelope and financial component envelope. Your technical component envelope consists of your legal, technical, and financial documents. Your financial component envelope is your financial bid and your price schedules. So first, for the technical component envelope, first document to be submitted is your legal document. That is your valid PJF's registration certificate, platinum registration, or platinum membership, all pages. This is in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of IRR of RA 9184, and also pursuant to GPPB Resolution number 15-2021. Pursuant to this GPPB resolution, the bidder shall only submit a valid and updated PJF certificate of registration and membership. This is in lieu of your Class A eligibility documents in accordance with Section 8.502 of the IRR. This is for the purposes of determining the bidder's eligibility. So is the comparison of the original and revised PJF certificate of platinum registration and membership. Please take note of the validity of your certificate, and also the revised version of the certificate of PJF registration has new caveat. And also, please take note of the documentary stamp and the amended date of your certificate of PJF registration. In addition, the doon po sa inyong PDGE Certificate of Registration, please make sure that your Annex A of your PDGE Certificate of Registration, the list of eligibility documents therein, shall be all valid and updated during the bid opening or the bid submission and submission and opening of bids. So if meron po doon sa eligibility documents nyo indicated in the Annex A of your PDGE Certificate of Registration na hindi na po valid or updated, the bidder shall submit the valid and updated documents. For example, in this sample sa mayor's permit, hindi na po updated ang mayor's permit or expired na during the bid opening. The bidder shall submit your updated and valid mayor's permit sa PhilJEPS to update your PhilJEPS Certificate of Registration. So si BAC po, ni COMELEC, will only accept a valid and updated PhilJEPS Certificate of Registration, including the updated and valid Annex A or your list of eligibility documents. So here's a sample of document declared as failed for the PhilJEPS Certificate of Registration. You can see the deadline for the submission of bids for the project is March 20, 2023. The certificate of PhilJEPS registration is valid until March 22, 2023. So on the time of the submission of bids, the certificate of PhilJEPS registration is still valid since March 22 pa po ang expiration. However, doon po sa kanyang Annex A attached to the Certificate of PhilJEPS registration, the tax clearance expiration is only March 15, 2020. So dito po sa tax clearance, hindi po valid and updated ang kanyang tax clearance. So the bidder was declared as ineligible due to unupdated tax clearance as attached to the Certificate of PhilJEPS registration. So, inulit po natin na dapat po your Certificate of PhilJEPS registration, including the Annex A or list of eligibility documents, shall all be valid and updated during the deadline or on the deadline for the submission of bids. Next document to be submitted is your Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. This is including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid for Annex A of our Section 9 bidding forms. Here is a sample of Annex A, Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. So, fill out lang po itong documents na ito, all the necessary information, at least indicate the total value of outstanding contract. And dun po sa may part na naka-encircle, just indicate the reference number, the date or of NOAA or the purchase order or contract, kung ano po yung available sa inyo. And then the proof of your statement of all ongoing government and private contract, hindi pa po required i-submit during the bid opening or bid submission. Yung mga proof of your statement of ongoing government and private contracts shall be submitted later if you will be declared as the bidder with the single or lowest calculated bid or during the post-qualification evaluation period po. So this document shall be signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. So here's a sample document declared as failed. So dito po, nakasubmit naman po siya ng statement of ongoing contract. Sign naman po ni authorized representative ang document. However, yung column 8 po ng kanyang statement was unfilled and there's an incomplete information. So the bidder was declared as ineligible for incomplete information of his statement of all ongoing government and private contract. So for the statement of ongoing uh for the statement of single largest completed contract, the bidder must have completed the similar a contract similar to this project with the value adjusted to the current prices using PSA, CPI, and must be equivalent to at least 25% of the ABC. The relevant period for the completed contract is 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission of bids. And the similar contract, the definition of similar contract is sure ba? Sir, for a moment lang po, sir. So to continue, the definition of the similar contracts is contracts involving repair maintenance of UPS or uninterruptible power supply and precision air conditioning units or pumps. So unlike po dun sa statement of ongoing contract or the statement of single largest contract, dito po the bidder shall submit a proof of its SLCC and any of the following must be attached to your Annex B of your statement of single largest completed contract. Pwede pong end users acceptance, the official receipts, or sales invoice. So here's the form of the statement of single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid, attached as Annex B of your section 9 of our bidding forms. So again, the bidder shall indicate all the necessary information in the statement of SLCC. Also, the authorized representative shall sign this document. And dito po sa encircled part of the statement, dito po in-indicate the details of your proof of your SLCC. So kung kung end user's acceptance, ang ilalagay niyo po is the date of end user's acceptance. Official receipts, the date and number of your official receipts. Or kung sales invoice, date and number of your sales invoice. So just a reminder po, please make sure na tama po ang ini-indicate nyo ng mga dates, the numbers of your proof of your SLCC. Isabi dun po sa attached na documents ng inyong SLCC. So kung meron pong discrepancy between your statement of SLCC at dun po sa attached group. Kung may discrepancy po dyan, could be a ground for your disqualification and you will be declared as ineligible. So reminder po, as per GPPP NPM number 040-2016, 125-2015, collection receipts cannot substitute for the submission of the official receipt. So marami na po na na-declare as ineligible ang ating back for submitting the bidder for submitting collection receipts as proof of their SSCC. Di po natin yung tatanggapin. Tatanggapin lang po natin na proof is the official receipts. So here are the screenshot of that NPM non-policy matter ng GPPD regarding the collection receipts and official receipts. Is NPM 040-2016 and NPM number 125-2015. So next document to be submitted after the SLCC is the copy of your bid security in any of the following forms. So for this project, having an ABC of 3,500,000 pesos, the first form of bid security, if ever in cash or cashier's or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee or revocable letter of credit should not be less than 2% of the ABC or that is 70,000 pesos. Surety bond naman po, it should not be less than 5% of the ABC, that is 175,000 pesos. Or another form or another option para saving bid security is the bid securing declaration that is attached as Annex C of our bidding documents. There's a sample of that bid securing declaration form attached as Annex C sa ating Section 9 bidding forms. And the bidder shall sign this. The authorized representative shall sign this document. And also, it shall be duly notarized. So dito po in-indicate na namin yung jurat statement. So the bidder, hindi na po sila magkamali. Just indicate the necessary information dito po sa jurat statement or identifications ng ni authorized representative na i-attach po dito sa bid securing declaration form. So dito po, here's a sample of a correct acknowledgement ng inyong documents na kailangang in-authorize. Dapat may sign po ng authorized representative, the jurat statement is there, and also it should be duly notarized. So here's a sample document declared as failed. So sign naman po siya ni authorized representative, may notary. However, there is no jurat statement sa kanyang basic clearing declaration. So the bidder was declared as ineligible for that ground. The next document to be submitted is the schedule of requirements. Section 6 of our bidding documents. Indicated here is the schedule or the project shall commence within 30 calendar days from the receipt of the notice to proceed. The project or delivery site is at Data Center Information Technology, Senator Palacio del Gobernador in Intramuros, Manila. And also indicated here is a schedule of on-site repair or preventive maintenance service, PMS visits. So the authorized representative shall sign this document showing conformity with our Section 6 schedule of requirements. So after the schedule of requirements, the bidder shall submit the technical specifications. Section 7. So the bidder shall indicate comply. Every line item or the technical requirements of our Section 7 technical specifications. Also, the bidder shall sign this document. Attached to your Section 7 technical specification is the duly signed and conformed terms of reference or Annex DOR as indicated in Section 7 technical specifications. After technical specification, the bidder shall submit a copy of duly signed and authorized Omnibus Foreign Statement or OSS for Annex D of our Section 9 bidding forms. So attached to your OSS is the authority of the authorized representative to represent the bidder. So in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, copy of duly signed and authorized secretary certificate, board of partnership resolution, or special power of attorney, whichever is applicable. In case of joint venture, copy of duly signed and authorized special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do as to represent the bidder. In case naman po ng sole proprietorship, kung hindi si sole proprietor magsasign ng documents, copy of duly signed and authorized special power of attorney, giving full power and authority to its authorized representative to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. There is a sample of Annex D, Omnibus Foreign Statement. So again, shall be signed by the authorized representative of the bidder and should be duly notarized. So next document is your financial document, and that is your net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. So dito po, ipapakita po natin yung detailed computation ng inyong NFCC. Your current assets and current liabilities will be derived from your Annex A of your page of certificate of registration dun po sa audited financial statement. So current assets less the current liabilities. In total po nun will be the subtotal 1 and it will be multiplied by 15. And the product of that will be the subtotal 2. Then the ileless po natin is the value of all outstanding contract or uncompleted portion of the project, which is indicated naman po dun sa inyong Annex A or Statement of Single Largest Statement of Ongoing Government and Private Contract. So the difference of that is your net financial contracting capacity. And your net financial contracting capacity will be at least equal to the ABC of the project. And this document shall be signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. So if ever that your NFCC computation is lower than or lesser than the ABC, meron pa kayo isang option. You may submit a committed line of credit from universal or commercial bank for Annex E1 of our Section 9 bidding forms. So please take note that the CLC or your committed line of credit is equivalent to at least 10% of the ABC of the project. So after that document, next document to be submitted is your Class B document. Joint venture. If ever mag-joint venture po kayo, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement in case the joint venture is already in existence. If hindi pa naman po, a duly signed statement from all the potential joint venture partner stating that they will enter into and abide by the provision of the JBA, the instance that the bid is successful, for Annex F of our Section 9 bidding forms. Please take note po that each partner of the JB shall submit their respective page of certificate of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2, the revised IRR of RA 9184. For the submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partner will constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all its ongoing contracts and the statement audited financial statement as indicated in your Annex A of page of certificate of registration platinum membership. So for the financial component envelope, the bidder shall submit first is your copy of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form for Annex G of our Section 9 bidding forms. So dito po, indicate nyo po ang inyong bid offer, total bid amount in words and in figures, as evaluated and corrected, and also the total bid, yung mga taxes po na included dun sa inyong total bid price. It's either your value-added tax or income tax, whichever is applicable po. Also, the authorized representative of the bidder shall sign this document. Attached to your Annex G is a copy of the design and accomplished price schedule for Annex G1 and or Annex G2 of Section 9 bidding forms. So Annex G1 ang gagamitin if your goods offered from abroad. So again, fill out your the necessary information and the detailed breakdown of your bid. And also, please take note that indicating zero or dash for the required items would mean that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulation to be provided pursuant to Section 32.2.1 of 2016 revised IRR of R9184. Also, this document shall be signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. If ever naman po that your goods is offered within the Philippines, you will use Annex G2. So again, fill out the necessary information, also the detailed breakdown of your total bid price. Please be aware po of the formulas as indicated dun po sa ating second row. And also, again, for column 7, if there are other taxes payable, if the contract is not awarded, please specify the said applicable taxes pursuant to Section 32.2.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of R9184. So indicating zero or dash for the required item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulation to be provided for pursuant to Section 32.2.1, the 2016 revised IRR of R9184. So again, this Annex G2 shall be signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. So that's all for the documents to be technical and financial documents to be submitted by the bidder during the bid submission. And also, in addition po dito, please check po Section 8 of our bidding documents, the checklist of our technical and financial documents to be submitted para maging guide nyo po sa pag-submit ng inyong mga documents. And also, don't hesitate to call the back secretariat kung meron po kayong katanungan dun sa mga documents na inyong isasubmit.
Ay, hello sir, good morning po.
Yes, Miss Laika of AGM.
Yes sir. Kasi wala ka sir magtanong, sorry. Na disconnect ako kanina kasi. Ayun sir, may
Sige po,
tatanong
ma'am.
sana ako with regards sa
Please address
checklist po.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
good
Please
morning,
address your
ma'am.
question to our Vice Chairperson, ma'am. Thank you po.
Morning, ma'am.
Ayun sir, good morning po ulit.
Good morning po.
With regards first sa ongoing sir, may required po ba kayo na attachment?
Attachment. Backsec, ano kailangan nating attachment sa list of all ongoing government and private contracts?
Sir, for
Backsec.
as mentioned po kanina, sir, dun sa presentation, sa statement of ongoing contract, hindi pa po kailangan ni bidder mag-submit ng proof ng kanilang ongoing contract during the bid opening. They shall submit the proof of their ongoing contract during the post-qualification valuation stage if ever ma-declare po sila as the single or lowest calculated bidder. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am Laika, so ayan po ang ano. So, dyan po sa bid opening, hindi pa po kailangan mag-submit ng proof to sa ng attachment do sa statement of ongoing projects po.
Noted, sir. Additional question lang din, sir.
Sige po.
In case po na magjo-joint venture kami, required po ba both mag-submit ng ongoing or either lang po sa amin nung ka-JV namin?
Backsec, kindly
Yes,
answer.
sir. Yes, sir. For the, kung joint venture,
Joint
ma'am,
venture.
kung dalawa po kayo, yung magsasubmit po ng NFCC or Net Financial Contracting Capacity will likewise submit the Statement of All Ongoing Contract.
So either
Which,
of them. Backsec, either of them.
Yes, sir. Ulit, sir. So, for the joint venture po, the joint venture shall submit their respective page of certificate of registration. Po, dun sa mga ibang documents, the technical and financial documents, any of the bidder may submit. So, kung either of them ang mag-submit mo will constitute compliance. However po, for the yung magsasubmit po ng NFCC or the Net Financial Contracting Capacity, you shall likewise submit the Statement of All Ongoing Government and Private Contracts or yung Annex A. Yun po, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Ma'am Laika, AGM, kindly reduce na lang po your questions into writing so that the back can issue a bit bulletin to that for that po.
Yes, sir, noted po. Sorry, sir, additional question po ulit.
Sige po, sige po.
With regards sa bid data sheet, sir, for the SLCC, yung contracts involving repair and maintenance of uninterruptible power supply, UPS and precision air conditioning units PACU, makukonsider nyo po kaya, sir, yung if yung SLCC namin is new supplied na UPS and PACU, not repair and maintenance lang po.
Ma'am, kindly reduce na lang po that into writing so that we can refer it to the end user po.
Noted, sir.
Thank you po. Thank you po. May questions po
Yung
kayo?
letter, sir, hanggang kailan po kaya kami possible mag-send ng letter? Yung deadline po?
Opo, September 25, submission of pitch sa September 25, sa mga September 15 po yata. Backsec, tama ba? September 15?
Yes, sir. September 15 po, Friday, sir.
Friday. September 15 po, Ma'am Laika, ang last day to send the questions po.
Noted, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. 15 hanggang 5 p.m., sir. Tama po.
Yes po. Hanggang 5 p.m. po. Opo.
Noted, sir. Salamat.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. May questions
Sir.
po? Yes,
Sorry,
yes, Backsec.
Sir, if there are no questions, I will proceed na po to the third part of our presentation. Thank you, sir. So for the third part of our private conference is the discussion on the procedure of online submission, receipt, and opening of bids. So the legal basis for the online submission and receipt of bids pursuant to GPPB resolution number 09-2020, which uses a two-factor security procedure consisting of an archive format, compression, and password protection. This is to ensure the security, integrity, and confidentiality of the bid submitted. It also must be password protected. The password will be disclosed by the bidder only during the actual bid opening. Shall be done through video conferencing or webcasting. It must be capable of generating an audit trail of transaction to ensure the security, integrity, and authenticity of the bid submission. So since virtual po ang ating simulation, we'll refer the envelopes as folders. And since we're using two envelope system, the technical component envelope will be referred as our first folder, and the financial component envelope is our second folder. So there's a diagram of the online submission of bids to envelope system. The first folder and the second folder will be placed into the mother folder. So there is a step-by-step procedure for the online submission and receipt of opening bids. So first thing to do is to convert all your files to PDF format, merge all the requirements for the technical component and financial component respectively. So here's a sample of converting your documents into PDF format. You can convert that through your MS Office application, or you can scan your documents and which will be converted to PDF format. If mag-scan po kayo ng documents, please make sure po that all pages are being scanned at wala pong ma-miss na pages. So CWG and the back po is looking into all the documents na inyong sinasubmit, and kung may kulang po sa inyong documents, it will be a grant for your disqualification and you will be declared as ineligible. So after converting your files into PDF format, you will now create two folders. Your first folder is your technical component, and second folder, your financial component folder. So place the merged documents to its corresponding folder. Your first folder is for the technical component, and the second folder is for your financial component. After you create your folder, you will now name each folder using the following naming convention. For first folder, it's reader's name, underscore project name, underscore project ID number, underscore technical component, underscore date and time of bid opening. For the second folder, it's bidder's name, underscore project name, underscore project ID number, underscore financial component, underscore date and time of bid opening. So for the shortened project name, please refer to clause in of cylinder marking of bids or bidding documents. For the shortened project name, ang shortened project name po natin is UPS and PACU. So bakit po tayo may shortened project name? Kasi po sa pag-rename ng folders, we only have 250 characters sa pag-rename po. So if we will use the original project name o yung mahaba po, magkakaroon tayo ng syntax error. So we are using a shortened project name para po identify po natin that this is for this project. And also, hindi po tayo magkaroon ng error sa pag-rename ng ating mga folders. So after you rename your folder, you will now compress your first and second folder using either WinRAR, WinZip, or ZipZip. So first thing to do is to highlight or to select your folder to be compressed, and then press the add button. And your document will be compressed. And then you will set a password for that compressed first and second folder. So after you set the password, you will now generate a hash code or hash values for each compressed first and second folder using SHA-256. So what are hash codes or hash values? Hash values are used to prove the authenticity of the electronic files. So how does it work? If the hash values for the original and the copy are different, then the copy is not identical to the original. If the hash values for the original and copy are the same, it's highly improbable that the original and copy are not identical. Thus, identical hash values for the original and copy reliably attest to the fact that they are exact duplicates. So why SHA-256 is an industry standard trusted by the public sector agencies and used widely by the technology leader. It doesn't have any known vulnerabilities that make it that make it insecure and does not being trusted. So how to generate a hash code? First thing to do is to download HashMy files 2.36 for Windows. Once installed, open the HashMy files application. Then add the folder to be hash coded. So, pag na-add nyo na po yung folder na i-hash code, you will now select the SHA-256 hash codes. Copy nyo po yan, and then set aside ang inyong hash codes. And then, mag-generate po kayo ng hash codes for the first and second folder. So, tabi niyo po yung hash code, set aside nyo muna po para hindi po pakilabelin nyo na. So, after you compress, password protect, and hash code your folder, your first and second folder, you will now create a third folder, and that is your mother folder. You will now place your first and second folder into the mother folder. So after you place your compressed, password protected, and hash coded first and second folder to the mother folder, you will now rename your mother folder using the following naming convention. First is reader's name, underscore project name, underscore project ID number, underscore bit submission, underscore date and time of bit opening. Again, please take note that your folder should contain both folders, the technical and financial control. So next thing to do is to compress the mother folder using either WinRAR, WinZip, or ZipZip. Then set a password for your mother folder. Then generate the hash code for the compressed mother folder, following the same steps as previously discussed. So here is a sample of your hash codes generated for the first folder, second folder, and for your mother folder for your bid submission. So please save all the hash codes generated for the first folder, second folder, and mother folder in a table. It shall also be sent as an attachment to the email or in the body of the email on or before the deadline for the submission of bids at back.secretariat@comelec.gov.ph, furnish backsecretariat.pmd@gmail.com. Then we'll create the Google account. The bidder will create a Google account and upload the compressed, password protected, and hash coded mother folder on your Google Drive. So after you share it, we'll now share your uploaded. After you upload it, you will now share your mother folder, the compressed, password protected, hash coded mother folder. First po sa ating email at back.secretariat@comelec.gov.ph. Dito po sa email na to, pag share po kayo, please make sure na itong email lang po na ito ang inyong pagsishare. So, wag po kayong maglagay ng copy furnish or ibang mga email na kasama po na pagsishare ng inyong mother folder. Nabablock po kasi ng firewall ng Comelec ang inyong pagsishare kapag may mga kasamang ibang email. After you email after you share that to our first email, backsecretariat.comelec.gov.ph, we now email that to our second email, backsecretariat.pmd@gmail.com. So dito po, pwede na po kayong sama ng ibang mga emails. Furnish din po sa pag-share po dito sa Gmail email ni Backsecretariat. So please make sure the sharing of your compressed, password protected, and hash coded mother folder must be done on or before the deadline for the submission of fields. Google Drive will automatically notify the Backsecretariat via email that you have shared a document. Screenshot of the bidder's Google Drive showing the uploaded bidding documents must also be sent to the same email addresses on or before the deadline for the submission of bids. So it's a sample share. Bid submissions shared to the back secretary Google Drive. There is a notification of shared email or shared documents to the email back.secretary@comelec.gov.ph. And this is a sample email of the hash code and screenshot of the bidder's Google Drive. To recap, compressed and password protected and hash coded folders are the following. First folder, your second folder, and your mother folder, which contains your compressed password protected and hash coded first and second folder. So please take note that pursuant to Section 25.9 of the revised IRR of RE 9184, bids are not in compressed archive folder and not password protected shall be rejected. So again, share your mother folder first at email back.secretary@comelec.gov.ph. Second to backsecretary@pmd@gmail.com. This must be done on or before the deadline for the submission of bids. Please take note that it shall not be an attachment to the email. Then send the following to the same email addresses on or before the deadline for the submission of bids. First is a screenshot of the bidder's Google Drive showing its uploaded bidding documents. Second, the hash codes for the following: your first folder, second folder, and your mother folder. So during the opening of bids shall be conducted online via Microsoft Teams. An MS Teams link shall be sent to the bidder's representative who submitted their bids online. The date and time of bid opening, the bid opener shall request for the bidder's passwords, which shall be disclosed by the bidder via MS Teams chat box. Bid document shall be then extracted from the Google Drive. Once the bid document has been downloaded and opened by the bid opener, shall then be shared to the MS Teams for all online participants to view. Then shall be likewise emailed to the members of the BAC, the TWG, and the end user unit. For the preliminary evaluation of bid documents, MS Teams submitting group shall be created depending on the number of bids who submitted. The number of bidders who submitted bids, and the link shall be posted to the MS Teams chat box so the bidders and other online participants may join the submitting group evaluating the bids in order to observe. So the TWG evaluating the documents are assisted by the BAC Secretariat staff to share the download the documents, and show the evaluation sheet. BAC Secretariat members are there only to assist the TWG in accomplishing the evaluation sheets. Once the TWG is done with their evaluation, they instruct the BAC Secretariat to attach the e-signature to the documents. So some reminders. Bidding documents may be downloaded from the COMELEC and PJOP's website, or you can secure that from the BAC Secretariat. The bidder should pay the applicable fee prior to the submission of their bids. Fees may be paid in any of the following: in person at the COMELEC Cash Division, upon securing order payment from the BAC Secretariat, or online through fund transfer, or can deposit to the Bank of COMELEC Land Bank of the Philippines at any LBP branch as a current account number 0012104286. Bidding documents fees 5,000 pesos exclusive of bank charges if any. So email a copy of the transaction or deposit slip to back.secretariat@comelec.gov.ph, copy furnished backsecretariat.pmd@gmail.com on or before the bidder submits its bids. So announcements. Deadline to submit requests for clarification. It's at least 10 calendar days before the deadline for the submission of opening of bids, or that is on September 15, 2023, Friday. It must be in writing addressed to the BAC chairperson, and the BAC shall issue the corresponding bid bulletin on September 18, 2023, Monday, or that is 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission of opening of bids. Please address your requests or queries to our BAC chairperson, Attorney Helen G. Aguilo Flores, through the BAC Secretariat Office here at PEMI Building, or you can email that to same email addresses as discussed earlier. And in accordance with Section 22.5 of the revised IRR of RA 9184, shall be the responsibility of all those who have properly secured the bidding documents to inquire and secure the supplemental bid bulletins and may be issued by the bank. However, bidders who have submitted their bids before the issuance of supplemental or bid bulletins shall be informed and allowed to modify or withdraw their bids in accordance with Section 26 of the same IRR. So deadline for the submission of bids on September 25, 2023, that's a Monday, 8 a.m. Online submission shall be sent and shared electronically to the back secretariat. The schedule of the opening of bids on September 25, 2023, Monday, 10 a.m. Online via Microsoft Teams. So read carefully the contents of the bidding documents, such as, but not limited to, the instruction to bidders, bid data sheet, general and special conditions of the contract, schedule requirements, and the technical specification. Please carefully examine the bidding documents as well as the bid bulletins that should be signed by the BAC or will be posted bid bulletins, and we will also send that to our prospective bidders. Wherever there will be bid bulletins that will be issued by the BAC. And for the purpose of submission of bid proposal, please synchronize your watches with the Philippine Standard Time. Time right now is 11:25 a.m. Bids submitted after 8 a.m. will no longer be accepted, but will be reported to the bank. That's all, Vice Chair. Thank you for.
Thank you, Back Secretariat, Mr. Patrick Santos Cruz, for that very exhaustive and comprehensive discussion on the documentation and the procedure for the submission of bids. Meron pa po bang concern tayo regarding this project? Meron pa po? I hear none. Back Secretariat, any announcements, please?
Vice
announcement
Chair,
of-
attendance update.
Okay,
Vice Chair,
let's proceed.
attendance update po.
Let's proceed.
TWG for election-related forms and supplies. TWG Head, Miss Arlie B. Corpus. And TWG for OFOB-related projects, Assistant Head, Mr. Raymond Ramores. From the Procurement Management Department, Ms. Lolita Garcia. And End Users Representative po, Mr. Merbert Galado. That's all po, Vice Chair.
How about the next procurement projects or activities? What's it?
For our next procurement activities po,
Yeah, and next activities.
yes po. Tomorrow, September 12 at 10 a.m., we'll be having an opening of bids for the supply, delivery, installation, and configuration of Internet Access Gateway with Cyber Command Monitoring hardware and software. On September 18 po, Monday, Prebid Conference for the provision for automated fingerprint identification system maintenance and monitoring. On September 19, Tuesday, Prebid Conference for the supply, delivery, and installation of network security and core network equipment, hardware, and software licenses. That's all po, Vice Chair.
Okay, thank you, Back Secretariat, Ms. Sheila Vicente. At this point, we would like to take the respective bidder EGM, so Ms. Laika, for attending this private conference. We hope that your attendance in this private conference would translate your submission of bid on September 25, 2023, as these two items, UPS and PACU, are all needed by the end user. Information Technology Department for this server. I also would like to thank my colleagues at the back, starting with Mr. Raul Bautista, Director Casaluta, and Director Fernando Vecino, as well as also with the members of the Technical Working Group, the back Secretariat, personnel from the Procurement Management Department, representatives from the Internal Audit Department, the Education and Information Department, as well as from the offices of the chairman and the commissioners, and all others who attended this private conference. There being no other matters or issues to be discussed, I now call for the adjournment of this private conference. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Thank you po,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye. Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Sir Vice Chair, Sir Boyet, Sir Aret, Ma'am Tess, and everyone.
Thank you.